greatest fondest memory I ever had was in the 6th grade year of school, going through a lot of changes, and our teacher, Miss Peggy Baker, whose name was Peggy Thornburg, was the greatest influence of a teacher for my character. She stood for what was right, and her loving spirit and caring and lovingness to the kids in her classroom followed her all the way through her career in school. She's now retired, but kids have a fan page on Facebook of her, and kids that was in her class before I was and earlier always writing how her spirit just encouraged them to always do what was right, and she had the greatest impact on my life.
My fondest memories is when I was 16 years old, I had a youth leader teacher that influenced my life greatly. She always showed up to church with a smile. She always came in our classroom and was willing to serve. She was very faithful, very accountable, and it taught me in the different things that we did together in our classroom and as a youth group that I could go out and I could serve others. And she always took us like on mission trips where we were serving others, and whether it was backyard Bible school or in the cafeteria. And she just influenced me in a lot of ways because she branched out into every avenue that was possible for her to take us around and for us to participate in. And then that taught me how I could serve and how I could be useful in many ways, just to be compassionate to people.
As I started to think about all the teachers that had impacted my life over the years, not necessarily one came to mind, but I started to think about all of them individually and throughout all the years, all the way from kindergarten, all the way until now. And I asked myself, what made these teachers special? And I started to think about it, and I started to think, to me, it had to be the selflessness that they did for me, to take the time away from their personal lives and from their family, whether it be at school and even on their nights and weekends, probably working on papers and just thinking about their students. That probably meant the most to me. And I just want to thank God for all the teachers that have impacted my life throughout the years. I'm just so appreciative of them.
I've always known that I wanted to teach, but I never really understood the impact of a teacher until I walked into my very first classroom. I never really understood how you touch a kid's life until you see how much they think of you, and when you see them out in public and they're so excited to see you, even though you don't think a whole lot about it. But I got to see truly the impact of a teacher when recently my 3rd grade teacher passed away, and we visited the viewing for the family at her local church, and there were so many people there that the lines wove through the pews in the church and all the way out through the parking lot and zigzagged through the parking lot. There were firemen there and policemen, many people she had worked with and students she had taught for years, and that's the impact of a teacher. And I learned that it takes a special heart, and that was the special heart that she had, and that's something that I hope I can say that I also have someday.
What a teacher does for me, or has done for me, has, created an environment for me throughout my life that has prepared me for the entrance into a democratic society. And through that, through those teachings, they've given me stability. They've taught me discipline. They've taught me to respect others. They've taught me to respect property. But most importantly, they taught me how to respect myself. And you can't respect anything else without respecting yourself first. Teachers are guardians, and without them, we won't be able to sustain it. To me, a teacher is an individual who creates miracles through education. And if you'd have known me when I was young, then you would know that I'm part of that miracle. To all you teachers, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you do for me and what you'll do for our future.